Joining us now on Blitz is Megan Runkle, first-year head coach of the White County Lady Warriors soccer program. Megan, glad to have you on here as a coach. It's really interesting with you being a former Lady Warrior on the pitch. Thank you so much for your time, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Now, what was the excitement like for you being able to take over this program to begin with?
It's been surreal. It really has been. When the opportunity kind of presented itself, I was definitely excited about it, and felt just really called to come back here.
Mm-hmm.
Being back at my old school and coaching a program that just meant so much to me when I was in high school and a part of it. It's really been an honor, and it's still kind of mind-blowing to me the first time, we went out on that field and went out on our home field and I was the coach and not a player. It's a moment that I'm always going to remember because it's been a great opportunity, and to have such a great group of girls to start off with, it's been better than I could have imagined.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's easy for them to buy in because, again, you were part of this program and laid the foundation for what it is now. But, again, that's so rare because you were just there just a few years ago. It wasn't that long back. So, but was that something as a player that even ever crossed your mind that one day you would be a coach, not to mention at your own high school?
Not really. When I was in high school, soccer was pretty much the main focus that I had. I did stuff outside of school, and I worked with younger kids, and so coaching was always something that I considered. And when I decided to go into education, coaching was a very big draw for that reason, because I did like the idea of it. But definitely as a player, I never thought that I'd be coaching or come back to White County. I never was one of those kids that was excited to leave White County. I loved it. It's always been home for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, never expected to be back here, especially not this soon. So yeah. It's been unexpected, but definitely a good thing.
Yeah, and you got off to a great start this season. You were 3-0 with 2 draws to open the year. And then, unfortunately, this month has just not been kind to you. Weather doesn't help, too, because I know that's, had forced some games to be rescheduled or whatever. But this month, you've gone 0-4. But, before anyone freaks out about that, all those were top 1 or 2 ranked teams in the state. They had gone a combined 29-2. And even though you guys got outscored 21-1, and the last 2 games especially, really encouraging signs that we saw. I think the Athens Academy game and then Marist as well. Talk about how this stretch is going to help shape the character of the team going forward.
Yeah, it definitely has. Starting off this season like we did, obviously couldn't have asked for anything more than that. It was really exciting for myself and the girls to really, have those dominating wins, but it definitely left us unaware of some holes and some skills that we really needed to work on. So as we started playing a couple of these harder teams, we started realizing some things that we didn't necessarily see at the beginning of the year because, we were out shooting opponents. There were games where our goalkeeper had to make one save, and so definitely there's been a big change since then. And this has been, like you said, a super hard stretch of a season. I don't know that I've ever seen a schedule this tough as the one that we've been going through. And it's something that I've talked with the girls about a lot. And that after our Marist game, I did point out to them the fact that every single one of these teams that we have a loss to is ranked up there in the top 1, 2, 3 of their classification in Georgia. So just competing against them has been, that's been stretching us, but it definitely has shown us a lot of things that we have needed to work on. I talked with the girls about how you either win or you learn, and we have had the opportunity to learn a lot over the past months, the past couple weeks. I was incredibly excited about the amount of progress that I've seen. I know that you keep seeing the losses, and that's hard to kind of look beyond that. But, the past couple games, staying in the game the entire time, competing for the full 80 minutes, remaining composed on the field even when we were down. Those were a lot of goals that we were working on during this stretch of the season, and we really just kind of got to see it come to fruition against Marist. That was a game that could have gone, either way, and we really competed during that game, and that was one that we were proud of despite it being a loss. But definitely it showed us how that we need to continue developing our mental toughness, and being able to keep on going despite having multiple losses in a row. That's a conversation a coach never wants to have with their team, but we've had to deal with that this year. But I couldn't think of anything that would have prepped us better for the remaining part of our season.
Absolutely.
Because we had to elevate our game to compete with these teams, and really step up to their level. And so I think that we are very prepared for the remainder of the season.
Definitely. I agree completely. And I, from an outsider's perspective, but still watching you girls very closely, I can tell that there was that improvement in those last couple games especially. But I know that this, again, you helped lay the foundation for what this program is when you were a player here. And now it's gotten to the point, 5 straight years, making the state playoffs. That's a big deal at White County. What are the pressures and expectations like, and how do you help the girls kind of cope with that?
Yeah, we definitely, we are held to the standard of it being expected for us to go to state at this point. That's something that I'm incredibly proud of, for this program reaching that, because that's not where it was when I was here, and so seeing the growth that's happened over these past 5-6 years, it's very exciting. But definitely, it's kind of expected that we're going to make it. It's exciting for teams to make state playoff regardless, but, it's kind of a, girls soccer is going to make it type of expectation. Absolutely. And so, that's something that weighs a lot on myself as a new coach, but also as these girls and, younger girls who haven't, made it to state yet. But then we also have the seniors who have been every single year that they've been on the team. And so, we know that these next 2 games we have coming up are huge games. But we don't want to put them up on this massive pedestal where we build this game up to be more than just another game. We still have to play, our style of soccer, still have to go out there and compete as a team. Yes, state rides on these next couple of games, but just kind of got to keep it in perspective, because there is a lot of pressure that comes with these last couple games before spring break.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, the next 2 games, all you got to do is win one of those, either against West Hall or Chestatee, but neither one is a given. But you win one, you're in. What would it be like for you, especially since, again, you were part of the 2011 13-win season team that just had some bad luck and didn't quite make state playoffs somehow, but what would it be like for you to make it finally as a coach, even though you weren't able to accomplish that as a player?
Yeah, personally, I would love to make it to state. I really would. That's one of, looking back on my time here, that is one of the things that, especially my senior year, we set out to accomplish, but didn't, despite having an awesome season.
Yeah.
And so obviously it's great to make it to state as a team and as a coach, but there is a little bit of personal benefit into finally being able to say that, made it to a state playoff game finally.
Definitely, I can imagine. So I have a great feeling that's where you're heading, but I know you guys don't want to get complacent. Even if you just get that one win, I know you want to continue to get better and be peaking at the right time. But thank you again so much for your time. Really look forward to seeing what your girls do the rest of the year.
Yes, thank you. It was great talking with you. We love having you cover us here at White County.
Anytime. Thank you.